Y'all, grab your popcorn, pull up a chair, and get ready because the tea is hot today. Just when you thought the drama was calming down, baby, the whole pot came boiling over. Now picture this. Imagine building something from the ground up. Your time, your name, your vision. And then having people twist the knife, act like you were never there, and try to erase you from what you helped create. That's exactly what's happening to Miss. It's not the little Mel, it's the big Mel herself, Melody Shari. Melody didn't just show up. She built Love and Marriage Huntsville. And now she's letting it be known. She's done. She's grown. And she is never going to be replaced. The producers can scramble. The cast can whisper. But nothing, and I mean nothing, will bring back that magic without her. When clips started surfacing of Melody at a motivational speaking event, baby, the internet lost it. The quote that shook the table: "There will never be another Melody Shari. Money doesn't move me. God moves me." Social media lit up like fireworks. Mel said what she said. She's that girl, always has been. Without Mel, this show feels empty, and honestly, they're right. The show hasn't felt the same since she walked away. The energy is off, the drama feels forced, and the ratings are down. Way down. And just when fans thought the show might recover, here comes Mel reclaiming her power and making it crystal clear she's not looking back. Now, let's talk about these cryptic Instagram stories. You know how they do when the guilt is heavy but the courage is low. Passive-aggressive quotes start rolling in. The streets know the real. Some people forget who gave them a platform. Energy never lies. Sound familiar? They're not saying names, but we know who it's directed at. Meanwhile, Melody out here glowing, bossing up, and sipping something strong with her sister in the front yard doing cartwheels. Yes, cartwheels. While they throw shade, she's showing joy. That's the difference. And let me just drop this tea allegedly from an insider close to production. When Mel left, it wasn't just a hit to the cast, it was a crisis. They tried to hold emergency meetings. Some cast members were told to step up or step out. New cast was being recruited. There were even whispers of bringing on certain people just for the drama. Yes, including the infamous other woman. But it backfired. Fans weren't here for it. They're scrambling, y'all. And meanwhile, Mel's not just surviving, she's thriving. She's launching businesses. She's doing speaking engagements. She's pouring into other women. She said she left a six-figure income behind, and she's making even more now. When she said she moves with God, not with money, she meant every word. Now let's pause because I want y'all to really feel this. How many of us stay stuck in something toxic, jobs, relationships, friendships, because we're scared to walk away, scared of what we'll lose, scared of the unknown? Melody said no more. She stepped out on faith, left behind comfort for purpose. And guess what? God met her with abundance on the other side. That takes courage. That takes power. And y'all, that's what so many of us need to channel. Because walking away doesn't mean you're weak, it means you know your worth. And can we talk about that conversation with her sister? Baby, when two grown women sit down and start unpacking life, it hits different. Talking about grown kids being disrespectful, about cutting off toxic family, if they bring more pain than peace. She said, sometimes you gotta cut them off and keep it moving. And baby, that part hit me deep. Because sometimes love isn't enough when there's no respect. You can do everything for people and they'll still turn on you, still try to hurt you with the one thing they know matters, like access to grandkids. But she made it clear she ain't begging, she ain't pleading. And she's not that grandma sitting around in a raggedy nightgown with holes in it, crying over visits. No, ma'am. These grandmas out here doing cartwheels, riding bikes, roller skating. We are the 70s, 80s babies who still got it. And let's not act like everybody was happy for Mel when she left the show. Some folks smiled in her face, but behind the scenes, they were celebrating her absence like it was a win. They thought, The spotlight would finally shine on them, that they'd get the camera time, the sympathy, the storylines. But what they didn't realize is you can't just step into someone else's anointing. That's not how this works. The audience can feel authenticity. And when Mel walked, a piece of the soul of that show walked with her. And now, the desperation is showing. Cast members are pulling stunts for relevance. People who swore they were unbothered are still bringing her up in interviews, dropping her name like she's candy. But if she was so irrelevant, why is she still the topic? Why is she still the standard? Baby, the math ain't mathing. The show is clinging to the echoes of her energy, but echoes can't carry a storyline. The fans want real. The fans want Mel or nothing. Behind the scenes, there's been talk of a rebranding, a new direction. But here's the problem. You can't rebrand what's broken at the root. You can't keep painting over cracks and hoping nobody notices the foundation is falling apart. Mel wasn't just a cast member, she was the mirror. She reflected the truth back to every person on that stage. And truth makes people uncomfortable. That's why they tried to erase her. But you can't delete what God has ordained. Meanwhile, Mel is focused on legacy. Not likes, not shade, not ratings, legacy. She's investing in real estate, mentoring young women, and giving motivational talks that leave people in tears. She's healing out loud. She's loving herself fiercely. And she's doing it without apology. It's powerful to watch, especially knowing what she's survived. Public betrayal, social media attacks, family conflict, and still she rises. Not bitter, not broken, but better. It's also worth saying Mel didn't just set boundaries, she held them. She taught a masterclass in what it looks like to walk away with dignity, even when they try to bait you back into the mess. She didn't entertain the drama. She didn't subtweet. She simply elevated. And in doing so, she forced the rest of the cast and the audience to level up too. That's the mark of a true leader. She didn't just exit the show, she evolved beyond it. So now the question becomes, what's next for Mel? And more importantly, what does this mean for every woman watching her journey? Because whether you're leaving a toxic job, a draining relationship, or just the old version of yourself, Melody's story is proof that there is life, purpose, and peace on the other side. All you have to do is be brave enough to choose it. So if you think taking grandkids away is going to break her, think again. This generation of women is built different. We don't crumble under pressure, we glow. We grow. And while all this is happening, there's another twist. Word on the street is that Melody might have something new in the works. I'm talking a whole new show, new network, new vision. Allegedly, major platforms have reached out wanting to develop something with her at the center. A show about healing, about rebuilding, about women telling their stories not just for drama, but for purpose. Now, here's where it gets real spicy, because some of those same people who once tried to tear her down, the ones who benefited from her storyline, they're allegedly trying to get back in good graces. Quiet calls, soft reach-outs. But Mel ain't playing that game. She said, if you weren't clapping when I was crawling, don't expect a seat when I'm soaring. Cue! So what's the takeaway from all this? It's not just gossip. It's not just TV. This is about knowing when to walk away. Knowing when your chapter is done, even if you didn't get the ending you hoped for. Melody showed us that even in the midst of chaos, betrayal, and heartbreak, your story doesn't end unless you let it. You can reclaim your power. You can rebuild. You can rise. So I want to ask you, what's one thing in your life you know isn't serving you anymore? What's one thing you need to walk away from to step into your next chapter? Drop it in the comments. Let's talk about it. Let's hold each other accountable. And if you're here for more tea, more healing, more truth with a twist of drama, make sure you hit that like button, turn on those notifications, and stay tapped in. Because, baby, this story is just getting started. And next time, the tea might just be even hotter.